Hi everybody, I'm glad you're with us. Most folks, when they think about fishing along the Texas Gulf Coast, are thinking about inshore fishing, fishing behind the barrier islands, in the back bays along the Laguna Madre. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to be doing something completely different than that. We're going out in the wind, on the beachfront, actually in the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to be fishing for speckled trout. This is going to be a challenge. It's windy out there, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad you're with us. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, how many times in your fishing life have you heard someone say, oh, we've got to set that alarm and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and we've got to be casting at daylight because that's the only time the fish really bite. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to do my very best to explode that myth. Why? Because it's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening right now and the sun's going to go down at 8 o'clock. I've got a short window, but I want to show you something coming up in the next half hour. The other excitement, this is only my second trip out of the brand new brand of saltwater bay boats called the Mamba boat. This is a 24-foot boat that's rigged out with all the goodies, all the details, an unbelievably different hull than anything that's ever been on the saltwater bay boat market. And I'm going to explain some of that coming up on this week's show. We're going to go speckled trout fishing today. We're going to be on the Texas Gulf Coast and we're going to hopscotch our way along with some help from my good buddy Gerald Carson, who stays on these fish out on the beachfront on the Gulf of Mexico. We'll explain where we're fishing coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, we're going to be getting this boat launched. We're also going to be taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays right near you, both saltwater and freshwater, to get you ready for your fishing trip this weekend. Next time you see me, I'll be out in the Mamba, hopefully reeling in a speckled trout. Right now, let's get this party started back at the studio and your weekend planner.
Hello everybody, these Salooner tables are predicting fair game fish activity Saturday and good activity Sunday. Look for those prime daytime hours to begin around 10:53 on Saturday and 11:35 late Sunday morning, with nighttime action kicking off at 11:10 on Saturday and 11:49 on Sunday. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 7:15 and set around 7:30. Nights will be very bright with the moon at 94% visibility. We're coming right back with fishing reports from throughout the area, plus I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler John Cox on this week's Ask the Pro feature. Stick with us.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose. Feel the difference. Waypoint Customs. Customize your boat your way. Strike King. Tie one on. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Fishing Specialties. Makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
There we go. Texas speckled trout or spotted sea trout, folks. That's a good start to the day. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Texas Gulf Coast. We've just made it out and I've got a bite right now. Swimming with it, check up the slack. Got him. Ooh, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. Be a good trout. Well, we come out trout fishing and we've done something very unusual. We'll come on this side. We've come out late in the afternoon and we're doing some afternoon, evening fishing. Sun's going down and we're gonna try to catch some trout today. Captain Gerald Carson, he guides for these fish every day and we're out. We're about 20 miles, well, we're actually fishing just a big stretch, all the way from about 20 miles north of Port Aransas, almost down to Port Mansfield. And we're just fishing the guts, the washouts, right on the beachfront. There we go, that's a decent fish. Look at that, wallowing that big old head. This is a good start. All right, they've been catching trout and redfish on this beachfront. We're not fishing the Laguna Madre, like I usually do when we come down here. I love to do what we're doing. It's a little rough to do it, but we're fishing out on the open Gulf on the front of the beach. And how's that for a start? All right, let's get the hook out of him. He's got that hook right there. There we go, came out easy. There we go. Texas speckled trout or spotted sea trout, folks. That's a good start to the day. So let me explain this. This beachfront will have a washout or a ditch right up against the beach. It'll come up and make a sandbar, and then it'll drop into a second ditch. And we're just fishing live croakers and live bait in these ditches, in these guts, and we're just roaming the entire beach, driving until we see bait and birds diving, stop and fish. We're doing it in a brand new boat just on the market. This is the new Mamba 24-foot bay boat that is gonna absolutely take the Gulf Coast by storm. Invented and designed by the Poole family, Jim and Jared Poole, and they've designed this boat from scratch, and it's combined the best of literally everything into one boat. It's got an aerated step hull design with a pad. We'll talk more about that later. It's got an incredible live well system, an incredible drainage system. This boat will go in rough water, it'll go in shallow water, anywhere you want to take this boat. And it is one of the most solid feeling boats in rough ocean that I've ever been in, and I've been in a bunch of them. It's got this M80 structural foam that reinforces the entire hull of this boat. It's just a solid feel. Okay, we're off to a great start. We'll tell you more about what we're doing, where we're doing it, how to do it, and give you Gerald's contact information as we go along. Golly, that fish took off. Catch up to him. There we go. It's a decent trout. Slide the net under this one. And up he comes, right in my net. All right. Well, we've got some trout working in here. And let me see if I can gently get my finger in here without hurting him. We're being a little careful with the trout population because of the fish kill. That's a decent trout right there. Beautiful Texas spotted sea trout, or speckled trout as we call them here. Back he goes, buddy. All right, well, we're actually using live bait today, but if we had it a little calmer in here where we could maybe work a topwater or something, we might could catch them on artificial. If you're fishing this beachfront, if you've never done it before, you really need a guide to kind of show you your way. Gerald Carson's out here showing us around today, but there's actually these washouts or guts. One will come right off the beach, and then there will be a sandbar, and there will be a second one. We're actually fishing the second gut or washout off the beach right now, and we're doing that just because it's a little rough out here. We're bouncing around a little bit and trying to hold ourselves steady, but there's obviously a lot of fish out here. Hopefully these fish are going to repopulate all the Laguna Madre system, the backwater system back behind here, from here all the way to South Padre Island. But want to mention just a couple of more things. This boat has got some detail in it like you cannot believe. And again, there's no way I can do it justice in just the few seconds that I've got here in these little segments. But everything from a drain system that they've got in all the lids here, where none of the water drains inside the hull of the boat, or even back there where all your batteries and wiring and everything are. They're all drained to the outside of the boat. We've got an incredible live well system, giant live well, and it's got a recirculation system in it that actually filters all the ammonia and the pollutants. The excrement from your bait gets filtered out, and you can keep bait alive for a long time in this live well system. It's absolutely incredible. There's a lot more detail, more than I can get to here, but we'll talk through some of it as we go along. But that's just a couple of things about this boat that I love, and I love catching speckled trout off a beachfront just like that. Hang with us. Look at that deal right there now. That is a good Texas speckled trout for you. Here's a bite. You let him have that croaker a little bit, reel down, and then pull back. There we go. He's on. All right, let me tell you, this is so rough out here right now. It's getting rougher. that I'm gonna sit down and fight this fish in right here. Welcome back, everybody. We're still on the Texas Gulf Coast. We're just hopscotching long stretches of water. Let's see what I got. Feels like a pretty good pull. Oh yeah, that's a good trout. That's a good trout right there. Hold on, buddy. Come in. Come in here. Got him. All right. That's a good trout now. We are catching trout, and let me tell you this. The reports of the demise of the trout fishery on the Texas Gulf Coast may be a little premature when you can come out and catch those. Look at that deal right there now. That is a good Texas speckled trout for you. Caught him on a live croaker, but you know, the trout definitely have taken a hit down here. But let me tell you one other good thing as soon as I let this fish go back. Good to see you, buddy. I'll let you go back. Back he goes. The red fishing has just boomed down here, especially on the backside, on the Intercoastal Waterway, all the way down through the land cut, down to Port Mansfield. You've just got tons of redfish. So that's kind of the report down here. There's still some trout, mostly on the beach side, some in the backwater, some in the laguna, but tons of redfish. Now, the other thing I want to mention about this boat is so stable and so good. It's a fast boat with a step aerated hull design. So it's got a V up front to help you cut the waves at low speed. But then at higher speeds, over 50 miles an hour, it's got a pad design on the back. So you can actually get it up, run it on a pad, just like a bass boat does. So it's one of the only boats on the market that's ever been on the market that gives you the best of both worlds, and it puts aerated water back down that hull so it breaks that suction, gives you more speed, better fuel efficiency. All right, let's get back to fishing here and see if we can catch another one.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor. The tour is back. Blazer, high-performance boats for high-performance anglers.
Show him a little bit. Man, every one of these are just good, solid trout right there. Look at that. You like that? Got him. Oh, that's a good pull. It's a good pull. Be a good trout. There are some redfish in here too. Oh yeah, that's a good trout. That's a good trout. Look at this. Yeah. You know, these are just good, solid trout. I'm gonna slip a net under this one as well. There's nothing wrong with these trout right here. Yeah. Man. Let's get him over here where I can deal with him a little bit. Here we go. Let's get him up here. Show him a little bit. Man, every one of these are just good, solid trout right there. Look at that. You like that? I tell you, if you want to book a guide trip down here, in fact, right now I'm going to put up the contact information for Gerald Carson. He'll bring you out here. He stays on these fish all the time. He follows them up and down this beach. He also guides in the backwater. He'll put you on trout, redfish. They even hooked a tarpon out here the other day. But that's what's going on the Texas Gulf Coast. And if you think there's no fish down here, that is wrong, because they're still here and they're biting. I'm going to put him in right here. Oh, big waves, big waves. Wow, we've had a great afternoon. So that's just another one. If you want to book a guide trip, he'll bring you out here and put you on these fish. But it's a fun deal. You can catch them on live bait. You catch a calmer day. You can catch them on artificials. There's just a lot of ways you can catch them. You can even catch them on a topwater some days, but the fishing is still good down here. Let's see if I can catch one more. Give me one more right here at sundown, right on cue. He's biting, he's biting. Has he got it? Take up the slack. Got him. Yep. Right here at almost sundown. Anybody that tells you that you can't catch a trout in the afternoon or evening, come check this out. Let's see what we got. He's coming up. Oh, good one. Good trout. Good trout right here. Good trout right here. This will be a good one to wrap it up on, folks. Look at this. Oh, we jumped out of the net. Jump in that net. There we go. All right, let's catch one more big one just to let everybody know that we can come do this in the afternoon and evening in the summertime, and you can dang sure get bit fishing out of a brand new Mamba boat. This has been one incredible day. One other thing I want to mention real quick is the dryness of the inside of this boat. I've been in a lot of saltwater boats in my lifetime that, especially when you get big waves like this, the water will backwash in through the scuppers in the back. This boat has been dry all afternoon because they've raised the floor about 2.5 inches above the scuppers. One more nice one right there. Back he goes. It's his lucky day.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors, making it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Power Pole, total boat control. Visit Mississippi. Good times are close by. Low Boats, 50 years of boating craftsmanship. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time now for the Ask the Pro question. This week, Derek asks, do you keep anything in your boat for good luck? Good question, Derek. For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler John Cox.
Something that I have in my boat that's, I guess it's more like a good luck charm, is this lucky unicorn my daughter gave me. So anytime when I feel like, things aren't going right and I need a little luck, I just remember that I have the lucky unicorn with me and keep casting.
Thanks so much, John. If you have something that you would like to ask as well, if you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com, follow the Ask the Pro link, and submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
It is time right now for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. He's Nick Borton of Round Rock, Texas, showing a 66-inch black-tip shark he caught at Freeport, Texas.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Next up on the Academy Right Stuff, if you're a beginner to the sport of speckled trout fishing and you want to try a live bait rig, the simplest one for you to use and the most reliable is a live croaker like we caught him on today. It begins with some braided line, 20 to 30 pound, works just fine. Then to that, you tie a uni to uni knot. You can Google it, learn how to tie it, and you use 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. 15 to 20 will work just fine. Put about 2 feet of that on there, and to the end of that, you want to use a 6/0 Kale hook. That's the standard size for catching speckled trout. Then we'll show you how to rig it. You stick it through his tail just below the dorsal fin. You throw it out there, let it swim around, and wait for one to swim off with it. My birthday is on September the 11th, but my birthday pales in comparison to what happened on September the 11th about 20 years ago. We just passed the 20-year anniversary of the events of 9/11. And I have a good friend who was actually in the Pentagon the day of those attacks. He suffered catastrophic injuries. His name is Brian Birdwell, but he lived to tell about it. And I'm proud to say that he represents the district that I happen to live in the Texas State Senate. Brian has a story to tell, and it's on the I Am Second platform, and he says some things on there that I believe every American needs to hear. So all you need to do is do a Google search for Brian Birdwell, I Am Second. You'll quickly get to his video, watch it. I promise you, there are some things on that video that you won't forget for the rest of your life. Before we sign off today, I'd like to give you a couple of pieces of information. The first is for Gerald Carson. He's the fishing guy that helped put us on the trout you saw us catching along the beachfront on the Gulf of Mexico in this episode. He can put you on trout, redfish, flounder, lots of other species here. He stays on them every day, and you can give him a call at the contact information you see on your screen. And if you'd like more information about the brand new line of Mamba boats like the 24-footer that we fished out of in this episode, you can get all the detail about that by contacting them at the information you see at the bottom of your screen as well. From the Texas Gulf Coast, the Gulf of Mexico, let's fish, everybody. I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.